Hello, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to be watching a video by VCreations called Loki, and it's obviously a Marvel edit. So yeah, I'm really excited. I recently finished watching the Loki series, and because this video has just come out very recently, I'm sure there's going to be a lot from that show as well. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what this video is all about. So without further ado, let's jump right into it.
Appears to be a standard sequence violation.
Laufeyson.
Branch is growing at a stable rate and slope. Variant identified.
Variant L1130, aka Loki Laufeyson,
Loki, brother of Thor,
is charged with sequence violation 72089.
I know what this place is. The timekeepers have built quite the circus, and I see the clowns are playing their parts to perfection.
3 magic lizards
The timekeepers.
created the TVA.
Is that funny?
Timekeepers, the sacred.
So I really like the beginning so far because it's showing like pieces of the introduction to Loki's character earlier on. I think there were parts from parts from the Avengers film, maybe Thor the Dark World as well, because he had his mouthpiece on or whatever. We also have the background coming from the Loki series where they're talking about, I think it's Judge Renslayer, that's saying like, hey, you are a variant, Loki Laufeyson. Of course, I do have a video about Loki Laufeyson based off of the first episode, so if you want to check that out, go ahead. But yeah, overall, they're just talking about who this, they're doing a basic introduction of who the character is, and then we have some reference to the timekeepers there as well. So yeah, let's keep going.
timeline. Who actually believes this bunkum?
This variant is insubordinate,
It's me.
stubborn,
Absolutely not.
unpredictable.
It's drink. I like it. Another!
How do you plead?
Beg your pardon,
Also-
madam. A god.
Also, I really like that callback to Thor where he's like, another, and he just throws the drink down. Very, very cool. I don't know if I mentioned that in the episode where that came in. I think that's the Limitless episode for maybe episode 3. And yeah, I do really like that scene. And I think he's about to say a god does not plead.
Doesn't plead.
Yeah.
What? Again, mischief, right?
What exactly is it that you want?
I want you to be honest about why you do what you do.
You talk about peace and you kill because it's fun.
I mean, it is adorable that you think you could possibly manipulate me. I'm 10 steps ahead of you.
You have no idea what I'm capable of!
You're a monster.
I am Loki of Asgard, and I am burdened with glorious purpose.
Oh, I noticed that is the scene, I think, when he first appears on Earth. And I never realized, because it's been a very long time, and I never really thought about it, but I think this is, like, he looks like he's a corpse, basically. And I don't remember if this was a confirmed thing, but it was kind of like he was almost resurrected or brought back by the Chitauri people. I don't remember if that's an actual thing, but he looks like it. He looks like he was like basically dead and brought back, and clearly like he wasn't in his right mind when he attacked Earth. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out as well. And I think this taxi's about to get blown up.
Making them feel small. Making them feel afraid.
Your games don't frighten me.
Making them feel little.
I know what I am.
A murderer?
A liberator.
A villain. I come with glad tidings of a world made free.
The first and most impressive lie ever uttered.
Free from what?
Freedom.
With the song of freedom.
I love his like idea and concept of freedom, where it's like, I think he just said the first lie ever uttered was the song of freedom. And that's so fascinating to me, because it's like you kind of understand where he's coming from, and the idea of the entire Loki series also goes about saying that he's kind of right. I mean, it's all been a lie. Like everything has basically been a manipulation up until that point, or at least that's what he calls it, where it's like everything being pruned down to one timeline. It's all been a manipulation, or it's all been a lack of free will, there's no freedom, and that's basically proven kind of by the Loki show towards the end. I mean, the idea of predestination, of exactly what needs to happen will happen, stuff like that it's very interesting because, I mean, even the first Avengers film, he's talking about how how freedom is not real, and that, or he's going to he's trying to subjugate the human race by saying like that's their actual natural state, that freedom is not really a thing that people crave, stuff like that. It's just very interesting considering where the Loki show ends up going later on. Anyway, let's keep going. And as he's throwing Captain America
Before me, Neil. Now get out of my way. Loki, this is madness. Is it madness?
Oh, that was a cool edit. Wait, let's go back to that actually. With the knives. Wait.
Ever-rotted.
Free from what?
Freedom. With the song of freedom.
You all fall before me, Neil. Now get out of my way. Loki, this is madness.
Oh yeah,
Is it madness?
That's so cool. I love how he
Is it?
gets his daggers out.
You sure you're a Loki?
This isn't about you. You're in my way.
You are my way.
Our interests are aligned. Overthrowing the timekeeper. Maybe they need to be overthrown.
By the
No
way-
one bad.
By the way, this is a question that I have. Is he teleporting? Like, in that final battle in Loki, or in the final fight that he has, is he teleporting around in that scene? Or is it like he's disappearing and reappearing at the new spot, but he's just like running there? Like, who knows? But to me, I think he's actually teleporting there, which means he can teleport and he has telekinesis. That's very fascinating to me, because that's basically like the abilities that come with the Space Stone, and that's super fascinating to me just because of Loki's history with the Tesseract and everything, and how he's also the one that hands over the Tesseract to Thanos. Like, it's very interesting to think about right now, because it's those abilities are much more prominent in the Loki show, and when you think about Loki in Infinity War, he's handing off the Tesseract, and his whole arc, a lot of his past is geared around the Infinity Stones in some ways, especially with the first Avengers film. Yeah, it's just interesting to think about that he technically already has the powers of a Tesseract, although it's to a lesser extent, I guess.
Really bad, and no one good is ever truly good.
I'm gonna burn this place to the ground.
Oh, I love the machines in this, by the way, from the TVA.
Funny, for someone
amazing.
born to rule, you sure do lose a lot.
You're going to lose.
Ooh, okay.
Might you-
So it sounds like we've finished the first section of this video, where now it's transitioning from like him talking about himself, his glorious purpose, all this, that, and the other, what his goals are. And I'm assuming now we're going to transition into some of the more of the stuff relating to the TVA and kind of like a mindset shift into him needing to be a part of the TVA.
Say it's in your nature.
It's in your nature.
I don't enjoy hurting people.
Oh, I didn't know
I do it
Coulson.
because
I did not know Coulson also said that. It's in your nature. I didn't. I honestly thought that was something that only Mobius said. Oh, that's so interesting. So like Mobius saying like, oh, some might say it's in your nature, is actually something that Coulson just said to him. That's really, really cool. And now he's touching the casket of ancient
because I've had
wonders.
to.
Stop!
You do know yourself.
Am I cursed?
No.
What am I?
You're my son.
The casket wasn't the only thing you took from Jotunheim that day, was it?
No, it was not.
No. In the aftermath of the battle, I went into the temple and I found a baby. Small for a giant's offspring, abandoned, suffering, left to die. Laufey's son.
Laufey's son.
So I am no more than another stolen relic, locked up here.
This to me is one of the things that this show sort of also touched upon, specifically because it's about the character of Loki, and it's that he's a frost giant and we still don't know what he's capable of in that regard. Now, I think that it was very cool to see what his upper potential limits are in magic might be. It was very cool to see different aspects of who this character was, but we got no insight as to a version of Loki that was fully embracing his abilities as a frost giant. So hopefully season 2 will bring that about, because that to me is something I've always been fascinated about with this character, is seeing more about him just as a frost giant, his abilities as a frost giant, like what would happen if he was more inclined to his powers that he was naturally gifted with.
You might have use of me.
Why'd you twist my words?
You could have told me what I was from the beginning. Why didn't you? We were raised together. We played together. We fought together. Do you remember none of that?
I remember a shadow, living in the shade of your greatness.
What? Because I'm the monster parents tell their children about at night?
Our father.
Your father.
Now, it all makes sense now why you favored Thor all these years. Because no matter how much you claim to love me, you can never have a frost giant sitting on the throne of Asgard.
Your father.
He's not my father!
I
was a king,
right
the
now.
rightful king of Asgard. It is my birthright. Your birthright
What's to die?
was to die!
Then am I not your mother?
No.
You're not.
What was she like?
She was a queen of Asgard. She was good, purely decent. She was the kind of person.
This is one of the parts of this scene that I really liked, and also I like how they're weaving together his conversation with his mom in, I think that's Thor: The Dark World, while he's in prison and he's basically denying his he's saying that he's not his parents' son, even though they're the ones that raised him, they're the ones that cared for him his whole life. And in this scene here, we actually see him talk to Sylvie about how, like, yes, like, first off, he's referring to her as her mother, his mother, which, I mean, of course, he later, like, he does. That's why he's upset later in the film when she dies, stuff like that. But it's fascinating, like, just to see, like, the juxtaposition of what he says when he's angry versus how he truly feels in the actual show.
You want to believe in you.
Love is mischief, then.
No.
Love is a dagger.
Is a dagger. It's a weapon to be wielded far away or up close.
Oh,
You
I
can see
wonder why
yourself in
he
it. It's beautiful
made it a smaller screen there.
until it makes you bleed. But ultimately, when you reach for it,
It isn't real.
Always so perceptive about everyone but yourself.
And then the Dark Elves attack the palace, and you think you send them to Thor,
you might want to take the stairs to the left.
but instead you send them...
Where is the eagle?
I'll never tell.
You think you alone were loved of mother? You had her tricks, but I had her trust.
Trust? Was that her last expression? Trust? We let her die?
What help were you and yourself?
Who put me there?
Now you see me, brother.
Who put me there?
The power of the magic, as well as like these scenes that we're seeing here, it's like, I mean, it's honestly, it's 100%, well, not 100%, but it's definitely Loki's fault that he wasn't there. Like, first off, he led them to go upstairs to hopefully find Thor. And on top of that, I like how they're also showing this fight, the fight from, I think this is later on in the film, where Thor and Loki are yelling at each other about their mom's death. And it's so powerful here, because it's like, he is, like, Loki's saying that the reason that he couldn't help is because he was imprisoned by his brother, but his brother put him there because he could not be trusted, and is even saying that, like, their mother provided him with his abilities. He taught him, she taught him, but she trusted Thor because Loki could not be trusted. And that even plays a part later on in the show, where he even says to another character that he cannot be trusted. Yeah.
You weren't born to be king, Loki. You were born to cause pain and suffering and death. That's how it is. That's how it was. That's how it will be.
Do you truly think so little of me?
Loki, I thought the world of you. I thought we were gonna fight side by side forever, but at the end of the day, you're you and I'm me.
I assure you, brother, the sun will shine on us again.
I know what it's like to lose. Feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail, nonetheless.
I, Loki, Prince of Asgard, Odin's son.
Your undying loyalty. Oh, they skipped that part? Oh no, they skipped right to the next snap. Oh. That like hurts me still. Also, I like how they're shifting between like the actual scene versus like the projection versus Loki's reaction to finding out that that's a thing. Like, that's just very powerful because it's like this is Loki finding out that even in the end, after finding out that everyone cares about him, that he finally sees that in the future he will have a place by his brother's side, that there is something to look forward to. As soon as that happens, he dies. Like, and that was also a huge blow to me. I was like, dude, he was right there. He was there. He was finally like at the point where him and his brother had reconciled. They could work together, but no, he had to die. End of record or file, right?
Do you think that what makes a Loki is the fact that we're destined to lose?
No.
We may lose. Sometimes painfully.
That's so funny.
But we don't die. We survive. Glorious purpose. I crave attention because I'm a narcissist. And I suppose it's because I'm scared of being alone.
You okay?
I really liked that scene where he talks about why he does the things that he does, both there as well as in the earlier talk that he has with Mobius. Anyway, let's keep going.
For me.
Don't know how to do this.
Look at your eyes. You like her.
What?
You like her.
So, why did you want to return to the TVA so badly anyway?
You leave your glorious purpose there.
Something like that.
I didn't have friends.
Do you have any good memories?
Just one.
Also, I'm not actually sure if I like the idea of Loki and Sylvie being a thing, but partially because they're the same person, so like, I don't know how I feel about that. It's a very weird thing, but also like kind of understandable, but also still weird, and it's also like you want Loki and Sylvie to be happy, but also like what? I don't know, it's interesting.
Mobius, listen. If what Sylvie told me about this place is true,
it is.
It affects all of us.
Mobius isn't so bad. He cares about you.
So I just have to trust the word of two Lokis?
How about the word of a friend?
Thank you, my friend.
Also,
how do I know that
this brings up a question to me. I mean, does Loki not consider the Warriors 3 or Lady Sif like their friends? Like his friends at all? Like, I don't know, because at the beginning, are they really just only Thor's friends? I don't know, because to me it felt like they were actually friends. And he ended up betraying everyone. Like, that seemed like what was going on, but I guess I could be wrong. Maybe he never actually saw them as friends, but I'm very glad that, like, here, what we see is Loki finally opening up and being friends with someone, which is Mobius. And then on top of that, potentially opening himself up for something in the future with Sylvie.
No moments you won't betray me.
I betrayed everyone who ever loved me, and that's not who I am anymore. I won't let you down.
Oh, but you kind of do later, unfortunately.
The TVA needs to be brought down. We don't know who created it or where they are.
Mindless androids.
But that thing out there does.
What if the void isn't the end? What if there's something beyond it?
It's the Nexus event the two of you caused. I think whatever that connection is can bring this whole place down.
Welcome to the Citadel at the end of time. Y'all had an awful
This minute's is scary, by the way.
He's impressed.
Every
Who's he?
step you took to get here, Lamentus, the void.
I paved the way.
The road. You just walked down it. Everything.
Also, I like how they're
I saw.
showing
All
every
the stuff
single
the
thing.
TVA didn't know about, I knew.
Like, I really like how they're showing, as he's saying, Lamentus, the TVA, all these things. Like, they're actually showing pieces of that as it's going on. I really like that.
Little look by the lake. Do you think you're even capable of trusting anyone at all?
the cost of getting this wrong is too great.
Fine. Why aren't we seeing this the same way?
Because you can't trust.
I can't be
I can't
trusted.
be trusted.
Without me, everything burns.
Could branch off into madness, leading to another multiversal
Ooh, I love
war.
this. I love this part here. That ending is absolutely phenomenal because Miss Minutes is showing what she said in the first episode, where it's like, if branches are allowed to exist, it'll create a multiverse and you'll end up having another multiversal war. You cut to pieces of like the branches actually happening in real time from the end of the show, and you just see Loki like spinning around with this camera around him, freaking out. And just what a way to end this video. Honestly, a lot of fun. Really had a great time reviewing and or watching and seeing different pieces of Loki's story once more. And yeah, that's all I really have to say for this video. If you want to check out the original video, please check it in the description below. And of course, if you have any suggestions on what I should react to next, also let me know in the comments below. If you like the video, please like the video. And of course, if you want to see more from me, please subscribe for my channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.